have our first bassoon lesson.
Oh boy.
And today I'm not going to show you how to set up the instrument. Maybe we'll do that in our next lesson. But I just want to get you going on some of the basics of playing bassoon. So first what we're going to do is talk about the reed. As you can see, the reed here is soaking, and it's always important that every time you play, you make sure that you soak your reed. One thing you can always do is get like a pill container to put your reeds in, but it's always important that they soak because then they'll last longer. And so we're just going to take this out, and we're going to get started on your embouchure before you even get the bassoon in your hand. Okay?
Okay.
So one of the things for beginning bassoon players is to make the crow sound on the reed. And what it kind of sounds is like this really gritty crowing sound. It's a pretty good word. So what you do is you kind of, do with me, is you make kind of almost like a whistling position with your mouth. And one good comparison is to think of like a drawstring bag. You want it supported on all ends of your mouth. And then you put the reed in your mouth, and then you have your top and your bottom lip supporting it so you don't have your teeth on the reed, and you kind of have a little bit of an overbite. So let me just see you do that, and then we can kind of go from there. Good. You might want to tuck your bottom lip in just a little bit, but not too much because you still want it to be rounded. Okay. Now just try to blow through that and see what kind of sound it makes, just like that. Good. Okay, that's a typical first sound that a lot of beginning bassoon players get. So to achieve the crow, try to take too much of the reed so that your top lip touches this first wire, and see if you can get a crow. Yeah, it's definitely in there a little bit. Try to blow a little more air and see if you can get it to be stronger. Excellent. You're a natural, Johnny. Very good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, let's get this bassoon together, actually. And so I've set it up for you here. And when you carry your bassoon, and this you'll learn later, you always want to put your bocal in your belt because you can hit people, you could damage the bocal. That's probably what we're more worried about than hitting people. But what you want to do is you put it in this hole right here. It's pretty basic. And you just want to line it up so that this little hole right here lines up with what's called the whisper key. So I'll do that for you right now. Alright, so we also have this strap that's at the bottom. And this hooks in right over here. And this will help you to establish your posture. So let's stand up. And what you're going to do is you put the strap on the chair, and then you sit. And I'll just model this for you right here. And what you want to do is kind of have the bassoon come to you. Now, as you can see here, does this look right?
It looks a little low.
Looks a little low, right?
A little low.
Okay. So what you want to do is you take the strap at this end. This is the easiest way to do it. And then just adjust it. And this seems to come a lot more naturally to me, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's try to do this with you and see where it fits best. So I'll have you hold the bassoon right here. And I'll get this strap for you. Get back on. Okay. And then you're just going to put it across your chair like this. And then sit, and then, does the bassoon come naturally to you?
It does.
Okay. And then, good, before you put on the reed, just want to make it clear, you want to put your reed on straight and not twist it onto the bocal, because that can kind of destroy your reed and twist the two reeds that make up the double reed. So just put it on nice and straight. Excellent. And it looks firm on there. I have a problem sometimes where I don't put mine on enough.
Actually, I think it might be a little low.
Okay. Good. Okay, so let's teach you hand position because your body position looks good. So what you want to do with your right hand is you see all of these keys over here?
Mm-hmm.
They're your thumb keys. They're kind of intimidating, but that's okay. What I like to think of as a rule of thumb, no pun intended, is to keep your right thumb kind of hovering over what's called the pancake key. And it looks like a pancake, so pretty easy. And then your fingers are going to line up 1, 2, and 3, kind of with the holes on the bottom, but you don't want to have them pressed down or any of the thumbs, but you want to have them hovering over there.
Okay.
And your strap should be your main source of balance for holding the bassoon, so it shouldn't be, too much pressure on your hand. And then your right hand, or I'm sorry, your left hand, similarly, you want to keep it hovering over this tiny key, which is called the whisper key. And you want to have your fingers kind of hover over these holes. So this one will go here, here, and here. Yeah, and it's a little bit of a span, so you kind of have to find what fits best for you because some people's hands are bigger than others. But it's pretty important, especially for what we're going to do today, to keep that thumb hovering over the whisper key. Now, does this feel uncomfortable to you at all?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So we're going to try to play a note. You ready?
Uh-huh.
So tell me about your embouchure. Tell me what I told you before with kind of forming it.
It's like a drawstring bag.
Okay.
So you want to have pressure on all sides of the reed, right?
Excellent.
Want to go all the way to the wire almost, right? With the mouth?
No, that was actually just for the exercise with the crow, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. For when you play normally, you kind of want it maybe towards like the middle. You see where it curves in right here towards the middle of the reed. You don't want to take too much of it in your mouth because then you're just going to get a really honky tone. So actually, like you had it before, you kind of want to have your embouchure for playing at sort of the middle of the reed. So try that. Good. Okay, now press your whisper key down and just that. And try to inhale, take some air in, and blow. Good. That was a nice F. Pitch was a little wavering, but that's okay. And one thing that you're going to notice is that your reed, depending on the pressure of your mouth, will adjust the pitch a lot. So just as you begin, try to be as stable as possible. So play that note again, just your F. Very good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to get to is articulation. So what you want to think of is the tip of the tongue to the tip of the reed. And if you want to go, if you're thinking like above or below, because there's two reeds, you always want to aim for below. You don't want the tongue like on the top of the reed. That wouldn't work out too well.
Okay.
So just try that, your F again, and do ta, 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 ta. Just try that.
With the whisper key thing?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think maybe you want to take a little bit less of the reed and kind of make sure that the front is a little bit more forward. And try that this time. Excellent. Very good. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn some notes and learn a song. And we're going to balance this idea of articulating with holding out notes. Okay? So we're going to just learn hot cross buns. You know, your bread and butter of beginning songs. Okay.
Classic.
So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the whisper key down, and then your first hold with your index finger, and that will be your E. So just play an E. Excellent. And then if you put one more finger down, that's your D. And then your third finger down. And by the process was the third note. What do you think?
I thought there's only 3 notes in the corresponds.
Oh, we're not going to use the F. We're starting at E. So E, D, and C. That's okay, no worries. If we started on F, that would be cold cross buns. But we're going to stay in major today. So what we want to do, and I'll finger with you, is we're just going to play hot cross buns. And I want you to try to sustain each of those notes until you change to the next one to re-articulate. Okay?
So I should try to re-articulate each one.
Yes, definitely. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh, overeager. That's good. Try it one more time, and when you articulate, don't stop your air, but just drive through, but just lightly tongue on the reed, and see if that works. Give that a shot. Yeah. Beautiful.
Good.
Nice, Johnny. Okay, so you know the next measure. Bum, bum, bum. But one thing that I want us to focus on where it goes bum, 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 is that we try to articulate and stop with the reed, because if you kind of articulate and you kind of let the note just fly off and you don't tongue stop it, it isn't very crisp, and that's a good habit for us beginning bassoon players to kind of establish, just to tongue stop. So try that nice and slowly on your C. Go tut 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 tut. Try again. Try it for a little more crispness. Yeah, that was a little better. Does that feel uncomfortable?
No.
Okay, good. So just try bum 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 bum. Try that. Good. Those last four were especially very good. Awesome. Okay, you want to try to put the whole song together?
Sure.
Okay, so one little review thing. What are we going to try to do with like the first two measures? The bum, bum, bum.
Keep the air going.
Excellent. And then for re-articulating on the third measure?
Tongue stop.
Excellent. Give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Very good. Awesome.